What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Hope you're all doing well today. Welcome back to week 2 and I suppose episode 2, if we're going to do that whole thing, of the Could I Qualify series in MX Simulator. Today we have Oakland, which very, very unfortunate that it has been rescheduled. I was really looking forward to watching that. I'm recording this on Sunday the 15th of January, so it would have been the day after, but nonetheless, at least I suppose it saved my sleep pattern, not staying up and watching it. So Oakland, right here. I kind of know the layout just based on in MX Bikes. Someone made a track, just replicated it. Not the official aerial series, but just someone kind of doing their own thing. So I know where the track goes, but then the games just play completely differently, don't they? I think Sim kind of is a lot faster paced in general. It kind of, you fly through the air for a lot longer, and then don't forget that the whoops are incredibly difficult. So going off the back of last video on Sim, I feel like what I learned is, whilst it's not the quickest line personally, in terms of consistency, I'll probably be going first gear through the whoops just to try and get more attempts at laps, although so far so good. This is actually going incredibly well. This is it's quite a straightforward track really. There's nothing too difficult about it. I wonder if you can jump the finish line and then jump further than the finish line, or actually no, in RF there's probably an invisible barrier there. I'll try it one lap, maybe. We'll see how it goes. This is a wall jump, I believe, yes. And then, okay, so we've literally done lap 1 without crashing, which is a bit of a rare occurrence for me, so that's happy days. That's good signs. Now, if I head over to the RF website real quickly, and we'll have a look to see what kind of the cut-off times were for qualifying this week. Okay, so cut-off time seems to be a 107.4 for P40 by Heath. It's good to see him still about and racing. And then Colby Egland was on 103.9 with Leclerc as a 104.0. So there's actually quite a big gap there of 3.4 seconds overall, which is very, very interesting. Now, what I'm going to do this week to slightly change from last one is, in the comments of the last one, Ethan Parks was very, very helpful when he mentioned to me that all in all they get about an hour to qualify, but once you take out kind of wait times and loading times and restart times in servers, it's really about 4 lots of 10-minute plus 1 sessions. So I'm going to cut this down. Well, no, I'm not even going to cut it down. I'm going to extend it, sorry, from the 30 minutes that it was last episode to 40 minutes of timing and just recording in general. I'll use this as part of it as well because technically I'm running around the track. So right now I'm 2.5 minutes deep, but we'll go from there. I'm going to load up time trial. We're going to see how it goes, and hopefully we can get in this week. Well, kind of theoretically get in, not actually get in, but you know what I mean. Here we go, the place that I've spent far too many hours in my life testing in MX Simulator. Jesus Christ, right, I want to get what I call a banker lap, which is just get a lap in straight off the bat. Not necessarily going for broke, but just a lap that feels fairly smooth, not trying to push the envelope too much and wadding myself, not going for any super big lines. I'm at a little bit of a disadvantage this week because I've not watched anyone else play the track. I didn't watch any of the streaming or the RF races, so I'm kind of going in by myself here, so I need to learn the lines, learn what's what. Like, for example, is going outside and triple double here, fast and going inside double triple, and just little bits like that. That triple looks quite difficult to get up and over, just because the landing seems to be steeper than the takeoff. Then I guess it's a triple, double here, and then supercross triple, which they always feel so tiny on this game. I'm not sure if it's just 450 things, but I swear like you could go to the moon and jump twice the distance of those triples in Sim, but I'll take it. It's absolutely fine. We're getting through these whoops a lot easier than the Anaheim ones. I'm not sure if they messed with the scaling at all. The Anaheim ones felt a lot closer together than these ones do. This section's a little bit longer, so might cause me some grief. And then step onto this table, I hope. Step off, and then quad or triple, whatever you want to call this one, into the corner, round to the left. What's our starter timer? 110.9, so I need to get 3.5 seconds on that essentially. So maybe a little bit faster in the whoops, a little bit more corner speed, staying lower in the rhythm sections, and we might be able to get there. Oh god, this rhythm section here is very, very confusing. I'm not sure what to do towards the end of it. I feel like there's so many options, and I guarantee that there is one massive line in there that I'm not too sure on. I always struggle in Sim of turning whilst jumping, if you know what I mean. I feel like the back end's so easy to step out on the face of a jump. Oh, okay, thank you. Thank you very much, JLV, for that one. Let's try second gear in these whoops rather than first, see if we can gain a little bit of time through them. We can. Luckily I went through them completely straight. I'm going to try second gear again. These ones I struggled with last time. Let's go second gear, nice and straight. I mean, it's not straight by the end. Oh, I'll tell you what. I reckon I can get through there like that, and I was a second up actually before I tucked the front, and there was a hell of a big mess up that I made through that really long rhythm section not long after the start. So I can see where I can gain it already, which is always a good sign. It's not like I've put down an absolute burner in my opinion, and I'm like, where on earth are they gaining an extra 3 seconds from? So yeah, so far so good. Oh, okay, that felt quite nice, and I think I've come out of that a little bit quicker than my previous best. So hitting a little quad halfway through that section seems to be the way to go, unless I just got extremely lucky. But we're 0.7 up. Now I just need to try and survive these 2 whoop sections, or I'm coming into here a little bit off-centre. Oh, survive it, lovely. Dragon's back's nice and easy, just give it a little blip towards the end. And then this is the one where it could all fall apart. Easy. Easy, nice. Step on. Oh, there we go. Off. Triple. Oh, actually, I think you could step onto that next one and then step off and single into the corner. There's definitely some big lines around here. Annoyingly, I threw that away at the end, but I had a good second on me. Good second so far, and the beginning of the lap was nothing special by any means. So there's definitely time to gain. I know what I need to do. It's just trying to get these bloody rhythms down. They're the more challenging part this week. I feel like Anaheim 1 rhythms were super straightforward, whereas this long one here is it's definitely giving me a bit of grief, where I'm trying to jump far but stay low at the same time. And yeah, just hats off to these boys for being able to go so fast all the bloody time. Oh my god, I'm up by 1.8 seconds. What was going on? I just had a really clean rhythm section there. Right, round to the left, second gear. Oh, make it, yes. Oh, I'm kind of scared to do second gear in this one now. No! Oh! Oh my god, what's wrong with me? How have I done that there? Oh, that could have been it as well. I know that on the lap that I finished, I had such an arse run through these whoops. Oh, minus 5.4. What do I gain? I gained another half, so that would have been 2.6. May as well try this line in this room then, haven't I? Step on. Oh, no, not at all. Not at all. Oh, that's so close. That is very frustrating. Oh, it's my best one so far. I'm at 1.8. Please don't crash. Oh, God. Oh, this is sketchy. Right. The second whoop section is where everything seems to be falling apart for me. So, wish me best of luck. Let's get through this one first. Oh, that's sketchy. Oh, that's hella slow coming out of that. God damn. I might just try and go first gear. Well, no, it's not going to be enough. I need to gain more time than I am. Right, second gear. Oh my God, we're through. Right, I just need to go step on. Step off. Check up on the triple. Yes. Into the corner. Oh, we've gone a bit far. We've gone a bit far. I'm going to send it. I'm sending it. Oh my God, just 108.3. I'm still a second off. Where do I gain a second? Well, I know where I gain a second, but how do I gain a second? That's ridiculous. I think like this one definitely feels like it's going to be harder to make than last week's. Last week's I just felt a lot more confident. I think this track overall with the rhythms and the whoops is a lot more of a technical track. Although what I would say is I'd love to see RF add a little bit more resistance to the traction, so you can't. Oh, so the fourth aren't so ridiculously fast. So this finish line, for example, I can shut off here and still make it over jump cleanly in second gear. I don't know if that should be the case. I know that I am a bit of an advocate of more realistic sized tracks though, and I know that's not the popular opinion, but I like what I like. I'm sorry, I can't help it. god, oh my 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 god, come on! Yes! Oh my god, I have no idea what I just done. I got so lucky through the 2 whoop sections and just managed to not slide out in the corners. Oh god, what? That's actually kind of come out of the blue. If I'm looking across at my recording and I'm 17 minutes deep. So, I mean, we've still got like 23 minutes to go. I mean, I'm going to keep going. I'm going to see what laps I can get. But like, there are some huge rhythm sections that I must be missing, because I don't feel like, unless you hit them both of them whoop sections 5th gear absolutely tapped, I don't see how you gain another 3 seconds off of what I've just done using exactly the same lines, which is why I feel like they're not. I might even pause it and go and have a watch and see what was going on, but I feel like that's cheating in a way, because obviously in a qualifying server you can only really view the people that are in there, and I might not necessarily have had, let's say, Leclerc or Colby in my qualifying sessions. I mean, one thing that I was a massive fan of doing back when I was learning how to play sim before I got somewhat decent at it back in the day, was I'd always try and join the qualifying servers that had like a Tyson in them or Hunter in them, and just watch the lines before I even ran a lap of my own. And it kind of gets harder and harder to do the better you get, because you end up kind of taking the same lines, and it's just them very, very small, minute differences that kind of make or break your lap times. But I'm really happy with that. Like, it's only taken to the 2nd week to get a lap time that would have qualified me, and I know there's always this variable when doing this as well, of you're doing it in time trial rather than in a qualifying server where you can't just keep going back to the start all the time. I think doing it within 17 minutes rather than like taking the full 40, for example, I definitely think I could have been close to that. Obviously it's a little bit different when you've got people on the track where you can ride into them and there's collisions and such, and there's erode as well. I feel like the erode would help a lot in the corners in terms of corner speed. I'm not sure about whoops and things like that, so you have to take it all with a pinch of salt, but super happy that I managed to make it that early this time. I'm going to try it. I'm going to try 5th gear in the whoops. I feel like it's the only way that I'll gain any time on myself. Oh, okay. I didn't even go into him in a bloody straight line. There was no way I was making that. I can't even blame that on 5th gear. That was purely just a skill issue on my behalf, not going into him straight. But this is really bloody difficult. I generally don't know how much more time I could gain on myself. The speed that these top guys are going is absolutely disgusting. I have to not hate on myself too much, because I spend all of my extra hours at the moment on like bikes and like, even playing FIFA with Charlie and so on and so forth, so not really on the sim grind like some people are, especially with Supercross season in full swing. I know people absolutely put the bloody work in. I was going to say dedicate their lives to it, but that sounds a bit more sad than what it's worth. I mean, you get out what you put in at the end of the day, don't you? And I've put in a total of 0 hours since the Anaheim video, so it's an improvement nonetheless, and very happy that I've made it this time. I'm probably going to cut this one a little bit short, as I say. I mean, I can't see myself making it any further. If this was a real qualifying scenario, I would obviously keep trying to go and go, because you never know what lap times everyone else is going to run by the end. But I'm very happy with that. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I'm going to quickly show you my setup again in case you missed the last one. Here is my field of view for 3rd person. I've got 83, 35 and 4. No, I haven't. I've got 83, 4 and 12. I have got all of this stuff. Pause that there. Suspension is this. Very stiff rear end. A lot of people mentioned that last time, but this is what I used to run way back in the day as well that worked for me. And that's my advanced. Hope you've enjoyed this video. If you did, please do drop a like and subscribe to the channel if you're new. I would greatly appreciate it. Have a lovely rest of the day, whatever it is that you're up to, and until I catch you in the next video. Peace.